Good morning, Quadcopter 101, and what I got for you today is a review of the new little Syma X20S. Now, looking at the X20, you'll say, yeah, I've seen that before, and yes, I have reviewed the original Syma X20. That one came with a slide controller, but this one's a little bit different. This one has a G-sensor controller. I always find these a little bit interesting, and that's why I'm reviewing it. Also, it's claimed that this thing has supposedly a 100-meter range. That I find really hard to believe, but we'll find out if that is true or not in the advertisements for this particular quadcopter. But looking at the quadcopter, it's a little tiny micro. It has nice lights on it for night flying on the bottom here. Red and blue, I believe. And additionally, this little thing in the front here is inoperative, but it is for a camera. There is a camera version of the X20, so that's what that's for. And you have an on-off switch on top. It has a 180 milliamp hour 3.7 volt battery internal to the quadcopter that can't be removed, so you have to charge it individually for each flight through this charging port, a micro USB port. Additionally, that's about it. You know, it's a little micro. Now, the controller. The controller is very interesting in design. This, in effect, is your left stick on a mode 2, which means this is your throttle, this is your yaw. Now, when you push in on this button here, your pitch and roll commands are through G-sensor. In effect, you press this button in, and for forward pitch, you go like that, backward pitch like that, left pitch, or left roll and right roll like so. A quick press of this button enters it into flip command, and to give it a flip command, you just tell it which way to flip by tilting your hand. Quick press of this button of the throttle stick enters this quadcopter into headless mode, so it does have headless mode. And a prolonged press will change the rates for beginner to intermediate. So, you know, so if you got a little bit of wind, that's how you would control it. These buttons down here are trim buttons for pitch and for roll. And you have an on-off switch on top. And this button is inoperative, but I believe they'll eventually be incorporating it into the camera version for operating the camera. So that is it. Let's go for a flight of this thing and see how it performs. To activate it, all you need to do is turn on or hold down this button here, and that's your on-off switch. And we do have flashing lights now, and they are red and green. Red in front and green in back. Okay, and turning on the controller, and up and down on the throttle stick to bind it. And a quick up gives it starts the motors in idle, as you can see here, and then pushing up will cause it to take off. And right now we see we need a little bit backward trim and a little bit rightward trim and a little bit forward trim and left trim, and there we got it hovering now, or close to hovering. There. So that's how you trim it up, folks. That's how you use trim commands. You just go left, right until, you know, if it's moving to the left, you want to trim it to the right until it hovers. Now, again, holding this button down, or doing a quick press of this button, and then telling it which direction to flip. Oh, let's do that again. Quick press, left flip. Quick press, forward flip. Quick press, backward flip. Prolonged press, and we go forward. And backward. Now I'm going to turn off the transmitter. Let's see what happens if it loses contact with the transmitter. Transmitter off. 1001, 1002, 1000. It lands itself, so we don't have to worry about flyaway. Okay, let's try out that 100-meter range claim. Turning this off and then turning it back on again, and then turning on the transmitter and binding the transmitter, and quick up to start the motors, and then prolonged up to take off, and holding down and pushing forward. Let's see how far forward we can go with this. Going up a little bit higher. There's a little birdie over there about 70 meters out. Can I make it to that little birdie over there in the field? My gosh. It does have reasonable, I still got altitude control. I'm about 70 meters out, so they are correct. 80, about 90. I'm going to bring it back now. That's a little too far back. Pointing it back, so the claim of 100 meters is true, apparently. I'm amazed because this only has 2 batteries in it. Let's increase the rates. Holding down the button. See if it comes back faster. Did a flip. Bringing it back. I'm walking over to it too, because I don't know how long that 180 milliampere hour battery is going to last. But yes, this apparently does have a 100-meter range. They weren't kidding. And coming down from way up there, lowering the throttle and bringing it back. See, I'm holding my thumb on that button there, and we are in headless mode. Turning off headless mode. Bringing it back. There, we're in higher rate now. Let's do a flip. It increases altitude each time you flip, so you got to bring it back down again. Holding the button down and bringing it back toward me. So neat quadcopter. Really meant for, I guess, brand new beginner flyers. Headless mode's still on. See if this is true. Yeah, that's still going back, backward, forward, left, right, no matter which direction it's pointed. Now I got the front end pointed toward me, as you can see there. Pushing it back out. Let's bring that in a little closer, going up a little bit higher so you can see it. So yeah, simple beginner's quadcopter. How about I did a quick press. Okay, quick press changes the rates. Prolonged press enters it into headless mode, in effect. I'm going to fly this through headless mode. That's what it's really meant to be flown, as in headless mode for beginners. See, it don't matter which way it's pointed. This is always forward. Even if it's flown sideways. Front end toward me. And going out. And let's increase the rates. Oh, it was in high rate. Okay, I'm going to trim it up a bit. It's starting to drift a bit, so forward trim. That doesn't seem to be helping it. Got a wind here. So bringing it back. And I'm going to land it right there, folks. Reason being, I'm starting to get a little bit of a drift there. It's building up a drift. We'll take off from here. See if that helps it. Usually when you get a drift from the wind, quick landing will correct it. Let's see if that's true. Taking off again. It's tilted forward, so, but that seems to fix it up a bit. Now I'm holding down this button, going up a bit higher, and let's do some more flips. Oh, don't want to flip anymore. And we're still in headless mode. Let's see if I can land it. Oh, there we go. We're hovering nicely now. And one more try to do a flip. No, don't want to flip. So flipping is over for it. That means that 180 milliampere hour battery is pretty much getting tired now. But so far, this has been quite a bit of a long flight time for this beginner's flyer. The X20, and it's descending, and that's it. Ain't no more. So that's the flight time of the X20, Syma X20, little beginner's quadcopter for beginner pilots who really don't want to learn regular stick commands using G sensor only. More or less for, I guess, kids around 10 years old should be able to fly this. So hope you enjoyed this flight. This is Quadcopter 101, signing out with the Syma X20S. See ya.